2 months after her discoveries, Emma pushed aside the images she'd seen. During her shower, she noticed a weird rash on her abdomen and legs. Strange, it didn't itch, but it felt scaly and angry. Great. One more thing for Tony to dislike about me, she fumed. At least I'm doing better about showering regularly. That's an improvement. Life had settled into an uneasy routine as long as Emma kept her thoughts and emotions to herself. She feared new discoveries, but found herself compelled to check Tony's pockets and his computer almost daily. Lately, she'd even started checking his phone while he was taking a shower. Emma hated feeling this way, but she didn't know what else to do. She had to know. Their last conversation about the distance she felt between them hadn't gone well. Tony turned the issue back on her again. Was he right? Did she always over-exaggerate issues? He told her all men viewed this stuff. It was normal and nothing to get upset about. Well, if that was true, why did she feel this deep betrayal and disgust? The days of flirting, laughter, and easy camaraderie seemed like a different life. Yet Emma remembered how much fun they'd always had together, and she missed that. But she couldn't deal with Tony's anger when she tried to discuss her discoveries. He'd blow up, and she'd shut down. Did all men look at this stuff? Was it normal? Did she just need to forget about it and move on? But what if the kids found this stuff? Emma shuddered at the thought. Maybe she should watch those videos with him. Would it draw them closer together? At least there wouldn't be any hiding. She'd even suggested it to him, but he seemed to resent her for that too. What options did she have these days? Emma couldn't fathom living the rest of her life with this tension and disconnect. She felt worthless and shattered and ashamed. Her marriage was failing because she wasn't good enough to keep her husband's attention. There, she'd finally admitted it. The thing she feared. She was a colossal failure. Growing up, Emma loved life. The life of the party, her laughter, and her positive outlook attracted many friends. Her life was a grand adventure. During her university days, she majored in communications and journalism, hoping to be a major news anchor. Tony and Emma bumped into each other at the end of her junior year. Literally. Emma had been walking backward out of the commons, laughing with a group of friends, when Tony ran through the door. Stunned, she looked into his velvety brown eyes while Tony stammered his apologies and ran to the cafeteria. Heading into the communications building, Tony ran into her again, apologizing for knocking her over. Could I buy you a coffee or ice cream or something to make up for it?" he stammered. Eventually, they discovered mutual interest and friends. He loved her fun-loving adventurousness, and she loved his kind heart and brilliant mind. Where had that Emma gone? A few months into their marriage, Emma experienced Tony's anger and defensiveness. Stunned, she brushed it off and took the blame. In an effort to keep the peace, Emma learned to acquiesce to Tony's whims and choices. When she did, life ran smoothly. Slowly, she dropped her desire to be a news anchor. Eventually, she spent less time with her friends. They had few couple friends because of the long hours Tony worked. He'd come home tired and not want to leave the house. Emma learned to set aside her desire for adventure because Tony felt threatened by it. Though she loved to travel, he preferred staycations, cheaper and less hassle. Emma stared at her reflection. She noticed fine lines around her mouth and forehead. She smiled, but it looked more like a grimace and definitely didn't reach her eyes. Who was this person in the mirror? One of the few friends Emma still had asked about her dreams. Emma couldn't remember the last time she'd had or even thought about a dream. Could she find herself again? When you look in the mirror, do you recognize that person? Or, like Emma, do you need to rediscover who you are? If so, let's talk. You are amazing, and the world needs you to be your best you. Hop on over to KirstenDSamuel.com and click the blue button.